Best. Best. Is my volume okay? The emulator might be a little quiet. Let's see if I can hear it. Yeah, I think it's okay. I'll turn it up if people tell me to. And then... Oh, that was weird. Bum, 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 bum. Ah. I hate that it automatically puts it on screen when I do that. Whatever. Yeah, that's better. Kinda just gonna do this tutorial on the fly. Partially because I saw someone trying to do the very old post-game Ace setup, and I realized it was really outdated. Plus, there should be something for the speedrunners who want to try out the route. So I'm gonna make this. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Well, I guess I'll just kick it off. So this will serve as a sort of combination video of both a any percent beginner tutorial for speedrunners as well as sort of a tutorial for casual players who want to set up Ace on Ruby and Sapphire as quickly as possible. It's not super optimized for casual usage yet, but this is a very quick way that you can set it up and I know that some people are working on enabling it better for casual use. But if you want to try it out and run some codes, this will work for you. Or if you want to beat the game in half an hour, this is also what you can do. Yo, hello, Gibraltar. Alright, let's get started. I am just running this on my emulator for the purposes of demonstration. I've got this sort of visualizer that'll just help you see what things are. Obviously, if you're speedrunning, you would not have this. Or if you're on console at all, you wouldn't have this, but this will help show things. So first off, kind of the elephant in the room is that this requires a fresh save file. So you do have to clear your save if you want to do this. There's no way to do this from an existing save file at the moment. You could maybe do some complicated math to do it if you really wanted to, but this specific setup and this route for speedrunners requires a fresh save file. And the first thing we need to do is an RNG manipulation. ACE is currently not possible without RNG manipulation, and so this run requires it. For this, what we use is something called Flow Timer, which is basically a glorified metronome. I will link the download for this in the description. If you're familiar with RNG manipulation, you might also use Eon Timer. Either one of these will work, but I'll use Flow Timer for this video since that's what I'm familiar with. I already have a bunch of timers listed here, but if you're setting this up for the first time, you'll just have one, and you can name it whatever you like, but this one will be TID for Trainer ID. I already have one here, but this will be a slightly different one. And while we're on the topic of this, I'm also going to be following along with these notes, which I'll link in the description. This is kind of the speedrun route, but you can follow most of it if you want to set this up casually as well. And here we have our offset, which is basically just what the timer is in Flow Timer. So it's 95125. This is sort of just a base. Everyone is going to be different, so you'll have to tweak it a little bit until you figure out what you're going for. So in this, I'll try to make this a little bigger. There we go. In this new timer, under offset, you're going to put that 95125, and you can pretty much leave the rest the same. And now what you want to do is, if you go into the settings on this, you can't really see it here, but there will be like a setting for start, and you want to assign that to like a button on your keyboard. And so then, once you have all that set up, you have a clear save file. What you're going to do is soft reset the game, which in these games is A, B, start, select. And then at the same time, you're going to press whatever the button is on Flow Timer that you just set. So for me, it's insert. So I'm going to press A, B, start, select, and insert all at the same time. And you can see that as soon as my game reset, Flow Timer also started counting down. That's what we want to happen. So if you've got that set up, then you're in good shape. Oops, I messed up the audio a little bit. Alright, so now that we've got that confirmed to work, we can go through the rest. Oh, I'm gonna restart my emulator real quick. Sometimes you get some audio bugs. There we go. Okay, so that's the Flow Timer setup for the trainer ID. You need a specific trainer ID for this to work. And so now I'll show you what this will look like for real. I'm going to soft reset, start my Flow Timer. Oops, I was not tabbed in. There we go. I'm just going to set my options. This isn't mandatory, but for a speedrun, it's faster to just do it here while you're waiting. The frame doesn't matter. You can make this whatever you like. Button mode, most people use L equals A for mashing. Battle style set is fastest. And then, although I don't even know if this would technically matter for the speedrun, but it's force of habit. Yo, hello everyone. Metric and Adrichu. And you've got plenty of time for this, so it's not a rush, but then battle scene off and text speed fast are optimal. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to press new game, and you're kind of just going to mash through this text. Unless you take a really long time on the intro, you should have plenty of time. And so you can technically be a boy or a girl. Girl is faster for the speedrun, I believe. But the important part is that you give yourself a 7-letter name. That is very important. And then on this text box, you might not have been able to hear it. I can probably enable that audio. But what Flow Timer will do is at the end of this countdown, it'll beep 5 times. That's why it says 5 beeps here. And so on the 5th beep, you want to press A to clear that text box. And that is what will determine what your trainer ID is. And our trainer ID has to be a specific number. So I got 56780. And if I come over to my notes, which again will be in the description, here it is. So our target was 09281. But up here we see 56780. And so that means we were 1 frame early. And so all you would do is you would just keep trying this again and again until you get 09281. You need that to be your trainer ID. And so I'm just going to rewind here a little bit. And so it's this text box. Oops, sorry. Let me close this. This text box is the important one. When your flow timer does the 5th beep, that's when you press A on this text box. That's the important part. And you can see that if I do that at different times, you get a different one. So that was the same one because I hit the same frame. But if I was to go 1 frame later, like this, I'll just fast forward so that we're not here all day. Open our trainer card, 09281. This is exactly what we need. We have our 7-character nickname. Both of these things are mandatory. So once you've got these 2 things, you are good to go. From here, you can play the game relatively casually for the next few minutes. Nothing much to worry about here. I'm just going to set my clock, play through the normal intro. You can take the potion from your PC if you want. It does not matter. Most speedrunners do not need to take the PC potion, but if you really want to, you can. So I'll just speed up through the rest of these text boxes for now. Pretty standard. Okay, and now this is really the last difficult part of the entire run slash setup. All you're gonna do is don't talk to the Pokeball yet. You're gonna go, or the bag. You're gonna go right in front of the bag, and you're gonna save. Because this is our second and final RNG manipulation. Once we've done this one, we are actually done with RNG manipulations, at least for mandatory ones. So, this is where we pull out Flow Timer again. I'm gonna name this one Starter. You can technically use any starter for this Ace setup. Trico is the fastest top end, so I'm gonna be doing this with Trico, and Trico also just works well for some of the other things that we'll need to do. So, in these notes, just like we had for the trainer ID, we have an offset, and I'm gonna put that here in Flow Timer. I'm just gonna take the first number. You can see here that there are technically 3 numbers. Only the first one is super important. The other 2 are optional in case you want to do some additional speedrun strats for no encounters. But once I've got that copied in, I'm just going to do the exact same thing that I did with the trainer ID. So I'm going to press AB start select, and my, oops, I pressed the wrong button, and my insert button to start Flow Timer, all at the same time. What did I do? I got an error. I will try that again for you. I think I pressed a weird button on my keyboard on accident. Okay, starter. There we go. Oh, and let me make sure that's showing up for you. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. So, we've got our starter here in Flow Timer, and we have 21082. So, we're going to soft reset with AB start select, and press my Flow Timer button, which in my case is insert. I'm just gonna go through the intro, and I'm gonna wait on this screen. Then, just like the trainer ID, once you hear the 5th beep, you're gonna press A. Just like that. And now, this is where you have to figure out if you did this right or not. This is frame perfect, so it's a little hard. The trainer ID and the Trico or starter are frame perfect. This is hard, so don't be discouraged if you don't get it first try. It can take a lot of tries, but you can get it eventually. So I got hasty. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up PokeFinder. This is a very useful tool for RNG manipulation. And I will link this in the description as well. Let me add this for you real quick. If I can find it. Here we go. Okay, so this is PokeFinder. It looks a little scary at first, but this is a very good way to tell what you got. Because we need a specific Trico. Now, mine is hasty nature. And you can also see some of the stats here. You can see that it's female. And so our target is 1272. This one right here is the one that we want. But I did not get this one, so I'm gonna look around for anything that's hasty nature. We can see that there's a hasty 1280, but this one is male, so it's probably not that one. you can see that there's a hasty early 1261, and this one is female. So I was probably getting this Trico, 1261. I wanted 1272, so I'm 11 frames early. So in a case like this, all I would do is go back to my flow timer, if it'll show up. There we go. I was 11 frames early, and all I'm gonna do is 11 times 17. Which is about 187. This is just approximate. I'm just gonna add 200, close enough. So I'm gonna add 200 to that number in my flow timer. So I went from 21082 to 21282. That's because I was 11 frames early. So now I just try again. Same exact thing. And you can try this as many times as you want. There's no downside, aside from it taking longer. I'm just gonna talk to the bag, wait on Trico, and then press A on the 5th beep. There we go, second try. Not bad. Once you've got this, you're done with flow timer, so no more RNG manipulation or any of that tricky stuff. It can be a little intimidating to get into. Oh, I didn't mention that. That's a good point. If you're using PokeFinder to figure out which Trico you got, you do need a dry battery. You need a dead internal battery to do RNG manipulation. And so as long as you have that, you're gonna make sure to put 5A0 up here in the seed. And just to show you how I got to this, I opened PokeFinder. There's a button that says static, and when I click static, it opens up this screen for you. Then you just put 5A0 up here and click generate. And I scroll down to 1272, and that's how I figured out which Trico I was actually getting. Yeah, good point on that. And so I can tell that I've got the correct Trico because, well, I can already see it here in my visualizer, but if you're doing this for real, you can check the summary. It's Adamant Nature, it should be male, and it should have these stats at level 5. And that's it. So once you've got those two things, the trainer ID and the Trico, or other starter if you really feel like it. Once you've got those two things, all the hard parts are done. So I'm just going to use speed up for the rest of this just to speed through. Important part here, name your Trico 10 letters. It just needs to be a full nickname. It doesn't matter what the nickname is, but it needs to have a full length. And yeah, I assume most of you probably know how to play Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire normally, but you'll just go and fight Rival 1. This fight is pretty straightforward. But now we get into one more thing you have to keep track of, which is making sure that you have the right amount of PP on your moves. So in that fight, I used 1 Leer, and that's exactly how many I want to use. It doesn't matter if you use it on that fight or a later fight, but you want to make sure that you use 1 throughout the run. If you're just doing this casually, it's not too big of a deal. You can always just use these moves on a wild encounter later. But for the speedrun, keep that in mind. You don't want to accidentally use too many moves and then have to go heal and waste a bunch of time later. So, make sure you don't use more than one Leer. Just gonna do the standard running shoes. I'm gonna run through. Yep, doesn't matter when or where you use the moves, it just matters how much PP you have at the end. Okay, so here's Calvin. For a run, you can basically spam pound, or if you get put into overgrow, you can use absorb. Not much to it. Just gonna run past all these trainers. You don't need to fight any of them, but it's okay if you do. And then in our shop, so we're gonna go into this mart just because it's not super precise or anything, but it's useful. We're gonna buy 1 potion, 1 escape rope, 5 repels, and 15 orange mails. If you want, you can probably afford a second potion, but this is the shopping that I normally do. And fun fact, it's faster to talk to Norman from the side for this cutscene. You're just gonna go through the Wally cutscene. Not much to talk about there. Once you're done with the cutscene, you're just gonna go up through Route 104, go to Petalburg Woods. Pretty standard. For the speedrun, you'll repel here, and if you're at low HP, you can potion. And then we'll do the Aqua Pooch fight, or Magma Pooch if you're on Ruby. This fight is potentially really annoying because of Sand Attack, but you'll get through it. You pretty much always just use Pound, unless you get put into Overgrow, then you can use Absorb. We're gonna grab Bullet Seed here, since we're using Trico. And then we're just gonna go straight to the gym. Now, in our case, this is a beginner tutorial. I'm not going to get into the more difficult RNG manipulations like Roxanne. So I'm just gonna teach Bullet Seed, and I'm gonna fight both of these trainers in the gym. And I'm just gonna use Bullet Seed on all of them. Pretty straightforward. Just keep clicking Bullet Seed. In the more advanced routes, we don't have to fight either of these trainers. No need to teach Quick Attack, just say no to it. But for the beginner route, I wanted to do as few RNG manipulations as possible. And so we're gonna fight these trainers so that we don't have to do some of the more difficult manipulations. And there we go. beat the 2 trainers. And then I would recommend saving before Roxanne, because without RNG manipulations, this fight can be kind of risky. If you're low HP, you should heal before the fight. And then I'm pretty much just gonna do what I've been doing, which is spam Bullet Seed. Unfortunately, we got only a 2-hit there. And we died because we got high rolled on the damage. So a bit unlucky. This is why we recommend saving. But we can potion if we want to play it a little bit safer. And you kind of just hope for good RNG. Again, we got bad RNG. I'm going to use Absorb here, just to heal a little bit of HP back. I'm going to do it again. And now we're full health going into Nose Pass, which is nice. So Absorb can be good versus the Geodude. Now we're level 13, going into the Nose Pass. And you guessed it, we are going to spam Bullet Seed. We got double Rock Throw. Unfortunately, we only got a 2-hit, so we're probably dead here. Alright, we got lucky because we got Rock Throw instead of Rock Tomb, and so we're actually faster. And so that's just a win. So it could take a few tries. Another thing you can do, if you're a little bit concerned, is... Earlier we were doing some shopping in the mart. Instead of buying the escape rope, buy another potion or 2. That will just make your runs a little safer. Another option is you only need to buy 10 pieces of mail. So you can buy exactly 10 mails. And then once you've bought those, you can spend the rest of the money on potions. Now, once you're done with Roxanne, you're just gonna go through the rest of the story. I'm gonna repel here before the grass, just like this. This is just some speedrun movement that you can do to pass these guys quickly. And then here we are at Tunnel Pooch. You just use Bullet Seed. You can heal if you're really low HP. It'll do like 5 damage to you. There we go. I'm a bit lost. Why do we need 29 PPs? Yeah, so we're gonna need 29 PP on one of our moves, and we're gonna need 17 PP on another one of our moves. This is in order to get a specific value in our Trico's data, and that value will basically allow us to execute box names as code. So, we fought off the Aqua Grunt for the second time. Lots of text boxes, cutscenes. But then once we're done with all that, good to go. If you are doing the Abra manipulation, you want to go in this Pokemon Center and back out of it. It's a pretty easy manipulation to learn, but I won't really show it here because it's not mandatory. But it is very helpful for the speedrun. Now we're just gonna run back And now that we've defeated the Aqua Grunt, we can go to Briny. And he's going to take us to Dewford. And then we're going to run through Granite Cave. Yeah, you can also pick up that escape rope there if you didn't have one already. Or you can just run out, it doesn't really matter. Important thing here is if you fought, well, we fought those extra trainers, so we won't actually get any encounters here, but if we didn't fight those extra trainers, we would be level 12, and sometimes you get wild encounters, but you just run away from them, so not that big of a deal. And for this case, we are level 14, so it doesn't matter at all. Just gonna talk to Steven. And then you can either run out or you can escape rope out. Either one. Or whichever one. Does not matter. Now we're here. We made it to Slateport. And this is actually the last city that we're going to visit. You need to go into this building first and talk to Doc. Then that opens up the museum. You just go into the museum. You can go in even if you have no money, so don't worry. Get Thief from this guy. This is like one of the most important parts. Need Thief. And now if you did the Abra manipulation, you would have the Abra already. But in our case, we do not have an Abra. So we're just gonna take the long way back. We're just gonna run back to Briny. He's gonna take us back to Dewford. And then from Dewford, back to Petalburg. Now if you have the Abra, you can just use Teleport, which is a lot faster than all of this. But it is not required. Now, we used up all of our repels, but that's actually okay, because if you don't get the Abra, you also need a Pokemon that can use Thief. Thief is how all this works. For some reason, I want to say Wingull can learn Thief. Okay. So Wingull is an option, Poochyena is an option, Zigzagoon is an option. Pretty much a lot of the things in the early game here, you can get Thief from. This... Oh, okay. I didn't think that would kill it. I'll use Bullet Seed. Maybe that won't kill it. That's doing a lot of damage. Okay. Well, I'll just throw a Pokeball then. Probably better to catch this earlier before you're 10 levels higher. First try. Nice. So, you just catch a Pokemon. This one, you don't need to worry about its nickname. I don't think any of the starters learn Thief. Then, once you've got your Thief user, you just teach it Thief. And we're going to run back to Rustboro. I know Trico doesn't, and I don't think Mudkip does. So I think you need to catch someone that learns Thief, unless Torchic learns Thief and I just forgot. But here we are. We're at this double battle. Do not start the double battle yet. Very important is we bought these males because these are going to allow for the setup what you want to do is give and remove 9 of them. So you'll take and then send it to your PC. So that was number 2. And just doing item give over and over. So that was 3. Speed this up for you all. That was 4. That was 5. That was 6. That was 7. That was 8. And that was 9. So, we've removed 9 males and send them to our PC. Now we're gonna give the 10th male to Trico, whichever Pokemon does not know Thief. Just like this. And now we're ready for the double battle. So you can start the battle. And now there's a few things to do. First thing is, if you want, you can press start to show the actual HP values. Other thing is, here's what our Trico's move set needs to look like. You can press select to change the order. It needs to be Absorb, Leer, Bullet Seed, and Pound. Just like this. Then, the other thing is that Absorb needs to have 17 PP left, and Leer needs to have 29 PP left. These other two don't matter. Although you can sub them around, like if you for some reason only have 17 Bullet Seeds left, you can also use that in place of Absorb. But this is the easiest setup. 17 Absorbs, 29 Leers. Now all we're gonna do is basically just take out the double battle, but the important part is your Thief user needs to use Thief on Trico. This is the most important part. Because now it'll say that Wingull stole the orange mail, and that means that the first part of the glitch has worked. And from there, it doesn't really matter what else you do. You don't really want to die, because then you'll get healed, including your PP. But we can kind of just spam moves and win. And there we go. Now, very important. Once you've done this, before you go anywhere else, like before you enter any buildings or anything, go to your Wingull or other Thief user and take the mail. Just like this. You don't want to do this when you're inside a building, or the setup will break. But once you've taken that mail, go into your Pokemon Center. And for the speedrun, it's faster to only have one Pokemon in your party. You need to keep Trico in your party, so you can get rid of the other one, but make sure it's in box 1 in the top left corner. And then you're going to type in 7 different box names. And these will be in the notes, but I'll just run through them real quick so that you can have a visual guide. Another thing to note is, oh, this one can be a little tricky. Make sure it's that right apostrophe. If you have a version 1.0 ROM or cartridge, there will be a different set of box names, but those are linked in the, those are in the notes as well, and so those will be linked. So that was box 1. And for, I guess, casual users, you can enter in whatever codes you want here. This is just the code for warping to the Hall of Fame. So this is for speedrunning specifically. Sort of the unfortunate part about this setup casually is that you can only have that one Pokemon in your box in slot 1. Or yeah, not any code, but you can use some codes. Here's box 6, and then here's box 7. GN, a fitting name. Then, once you've done that, save and reset. No manipulation here, you just have to do this for the setup to work. Just like that. And then you go to your PC, mailbox, scroll all the way down, and on the last mail, if you did everything correctly, this will happen. Oh, okay, that's not what should happen. I have a version 1 ROM, which means I'm gonna have to redo my box names. I actually forgot about that. Luckily, they're fairly similar, so this is actually a good excuse for me to show the version 1.0 box names. I kind of forgot that I have a version 1. Boxes 1, 2 are the same. Box 3 is slightly different. So it's really not that much to change. An easy way to tell if you have a version 1.0 is if you're on Ruby, the Mawile Pokédex entry has a typo in it. Or you can go, I believe it's to the Mauville Pokemon Center, and there's a difference in there as well. You can find it online if you Google like version differences, but I'll also link that down in the description. So box 4 is slightly different. Box 5 is slightly different. Box 6 and 7 are the same. Okay, so now we've got our box names for version 1.0. And then go to your mailbox, go down to the last mail. There we go. So that's what should happen. And there you go. That's it. That was 38-minute in-game time. I was obviously explaining things on the way, but it's pretty fast to set up. So yeah, that's about as beginner as you can really get. Unfortunately, those 2 RNG manipulations are kind of required at the start for the trainer ID and the Trico, but they're very easy to just try again and again. Nobody is 100% consistent at it. It takes practice and attempts. Yep, you can find version differences on the cutting room floor. Here it is. I'll show this on screen while we're here. And the only thing this matters for is the box names at the end of the run. Yep, so on the original 1.0 cartridge, it'll say, "Welcome to the Cable Club Record Center." And then in any of the newer versions, it'll say Record Corner instead of Record Center. And that's pretty much the easiest way to tell. Mawile is also another example. So those are some easy ways to tell. But yeah, that's sort of my combination of casual ace/any% beginner tutorial. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll be happy to ask, or stop by my Twitch or YouTube streams, and I'll be happy to answer any questions there. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and sub if you want more Sapphire content or Ruby content. And that's pretty much all. You can see that we're at the end. And here we are. Hall of Fame 3821. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll like cut that up a little bit and upload that later. But there was someone that was like trying to do the old Lottie glitch setup, and I was like, ooh, that's really outdated. So I was like, I should make something better. And also, I hadn't made one for any percent either. And I knew that some people had been interested in learning it, so. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it for the tutorial. What I want to do now is this. Is this the right one? Yeah, now I want to do some catch-em-all. Where is the routes? Trying to find my Trainer Steel notes, because that's like kind of the basis for catch-em-all. I don't remember where it is. I definitely had notes for Trainer Steel, right? Where is it? Is it this one? Yeah, okay, here it is. Thought I lost my notes. Yeah, sometimes that does happen, Adrichu. Yeah. it can happen. I switched around, I switched these two moves around because even though that can happen, it can, I guess it could technically always happen, but it's a lot less likely to happen if you have the moves in a different order, just from like some basic testing. So you can kind of mitigate it, but yeah, there is always a chance of it happening. Yeah, it would be pretty easy to fix, yeah. Alright, let me put goals back on screen. This is... Okay, let me change this. This is... I've been calling this true... Catch 'em all route. Yeah. Yo, welcome back, Maria. Oh, and Zeb, thanks for the good luck, by the way. Sorry I missed that. Okay, and then the other... There's, like, really only 2 restrictions we're putting on this category, which is no ace... no ace... and... every mon must be caught from original. No, it doesn't fit. There we go. Yeah, one of the like more advanced routes that I'm considering is just having an Abra with a PID that would work. But it's like very hard to manipulate RTA. Only 4 other players showed up. Did you win? Let me pull up my catch 'em all notes as well. Wherever it is. Here it is. True catch 'em all notes. Name corruption route. Here we go. Okay. Oops, what did I just do? Why is my... Okay. Okay, so first thing we need to do, well, I'm also going to change this to catch 'em all. Oh, where did that go? I lose my catch 'em all splits? I forget where they are. I think I moved them is why. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah. Nobody has done this yet. I almost finished a run of this, but this was way before we had name corruption. So the big thing that got me like excited for this category again is this kind of new glitch where if you catch a species 0 and then you talk to a double battle, it will recalculate your party count to 0. And this basically lets you do glitzer popping, or a form of it, in Ruby and Sapphire. So you can go like this. And then the really interesting part is this guy right here. You see that his name keeps changing? That's because his nickname is actually pulling from the RNG value. So what we can do is switch him with something like Abra. Oh, I switched the wrong one. Sorry. Where'd he go? Ah. This one. We can switch him with like Abra, and you see once the switch happens, bang, our RNG value goes crazy. We get BB, CC, BC, BB, and that's actually Abra's name. Which is really, really powerful, because it basically means that we can set any RNG seed just by using nicknames and swapping these two slots. Which is really like the saving grace for this. Because it was really difficult to get RNG manipulations for all of the things that we needed for a full Hoenn Pokédex, because we have to do a lot of trainer corruptions. But now we can basically choose whatever RNG we want, which means that like our options are almost limitless for like RNG manipulations that we can do. And so what used to be a super difficult task of finding like one trainer ID that can give you the right encryption keys for all these different setups is now kind of trivial, which is really, really cool. Yeah, here we just get like BFF, yeah, FFFFB, because that's his nickname. Which is very crazy. So we basically have a way of setting custom seeds in with glitches without Ace as well, which is cool. You just use a nickname. And what that also means is, like, you don't have to really plan these ahead of time. I mean, you can, but you can also just go to the name rater. Oops. Okay, hopping on the acrobike breaks my Lua script. I don't know why. But yeah, you can rename your Pokemon. Ooh, okay. The screen is a little bit unstable. Okay, I can't rename him because weird trainer ID stuff. We can rename our 0 species. Yep, and then you can see we can swap them, and it'll become BFBE, yeah, which is exactly the name that we just gave it. Very cool. And then this also corrupts the map around you, which actually could be useful for some things, because depending on the Pokemon that you swap, you'll get a different corruption. And so this could be useful for no ace. This also breaks the ability to save, because it sets a flag that says you don't have backup memory. But that's okay, because all you have to do is go back to what you had. This guy. And now it's back to normal. So you can kind of just fix it. And everything's fine again. And it actually gives you your normal RNG back, which is kind of cool. Or it actually, like, it preserves the RNG from when you swapped. And then it'll set it back, because it's whatever that value was originally. I wonder if this is worth doing for a task. I assume you can't really expect to be able to get every RNG value needed for corruption. Yeah, it might be. Especially, like, some of the corruptions would require, like, a lot of, like, PP stalling or, like, specific item management and things like that to get the right corruptions. So maybe this would be useful. I'm not sure. For, like, a glitched catch-em-all task. It might be. And so in this case, we're just gonna... What you can do is you can steal the Glitch Trainer's Pokemon from the secret base. And that's how we'll get it for Catch-em-all. But you can technically just get a Species 0 through another corruption. So you can actually do this early game if you want. And so this might be useful for no ace if we get a 0 species through a setup. And then the exact, like, outcomes depend on the Pokemon that you swap. So, like, if I were to swap with, like, Abra instead, like, you get totally different map corruptions. And it's based on, like, the Pokemon data, I think. Yeah, see, like, you can get things like this, where you are actually able to, like, move. At least somewhat. Again, it depends a lot on the Pokemon. But you can sort of navigate in this state. And yeah, depending on where you start out, it'll be a lot easier to move around. But potentially, this would be a really good way to, like, warp to, or not warp, but, like, walk to Evergrande without doing a bunch of crazy stuff that we used to be doing. Yeah, isn't that insane? It doesn't crash. If you stay on the party menu for too long, you will crash. Yeah. It's a little bit unstable, but for the most part it works. Ah. Wait, where did I put my Wingull? I don't know. I lost him. Oh, I think it's this. Did it turn into a bad egg? No, I don't know what I did. It's very easy to lose your Pokemon when you have 255 of them. But... Oops. You can also get some really weird effects with this. Like, I got main menu storage. I have not tested this on console yet, no. That's a good point. I haven't. Actually, did I? Maybe I didn't. I probably didn't. Maybe I'll do that now. That's maybe a good test. Is all this possible without needing the really long name? It's possible post-game without... Wait, is that true? Yes, it's possible post-game without the long name. I don't think it's possible early game without the long name. Yo, Corasaurus Rex, thank you very much for the raid. We are messing around with some glitches in Pokemon Sapphire, and we're making a catch-em-all speedrun route, catching all 202 Pokemon in the Hoenn Dex. So yeah, you get some funny stuff here with menu storage. I don't even remember how I did this. Yeah, let's test if this works on console, because that is a good question. Oops. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well, Gibraltar, because the name definitely loses a lot of time, because it's a lot of long text. So you would only want to do this when it's necessary, or you would only want to do name corruption once it's necessary. Never done any Pokemon speedrun stuff, but I enjoy randomized Zelda races and Pokemon in general. Oh, nice. Very cool. Gotta run for dinner. Sounds good. Thank you very much for the raid. Enjoy your dinner. Okay, let me save this and put it on my cartridge. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, and so you for that reason, I'm doing it as early as possible. Yeah, it'll basically zero your Pokédex. So, I'm gonna have to recatch my Trico. Which is kind of strange. Yeah. Yeah. Which is kind of funny. Yeah. But it's like, it's so insanely fast for other things because you can just instant win every battle, and you can also steal trainers' Pokemon before the post game. So, like, you're getting a ton of value from it. But it is kind of annoying. Yeah, Abra is easy to get. Trico's a harder thing. But you can breed it. Even if it's not female, you can steal a Ditto, technically. Yeah, I asked Metric about that a while ago, and I think he said no. That'd be really cool if there was, though. I kind of like haven't looked at name corruption in a long time. But I was thinking like if you could get an FF right in there, then you could, but like with the way that the corruption works, I don't know if you can actually control any of that data. But yeah, every time you throw a Pokeball, it would print that name. I think I kind of checked like my trainer steal VOD for how long it took, but I forget how long. I think I wrote it down somewhere. Did I have trainer steal? Yeah, I had trainer steal on my channel. Yeah, the name is like 5 seconds long every time you throw the ball, which is kind of bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because, like, evolving and hatching, like, do not print your name. Yeah, you would need an FF, like, after your nickname, but not too far after, but also not before your nickname. Yeah, I think I did some rough timing on that somewhere. Icy and I have been talking a little bit about this. Forget. I don't know if I wrote down these timings though. Maybe we could figure that out, honestly. Imagine if you could get, yeah, just have an FF as your name. That'd be kind of fun. Optimal. Yeah. And like, well, yeah, and then it's tricky because like depending on the if you want to have like a custom oh, why did I turn this on? Like if you do the sort of custom RNG glitch, you would have to like set those nicknames, which takes some time. Although you could kind of plan it ahead of time, I guess, if you're crazy. And then yeah, I don't know. It's probably a lot to plan out. If we can figure out the name, like undoing the name corruption, I think that'd be really cool. I might try to figure that out before I do runs of this. Because you only need it once. You need it once to be able to trainer steal something. And then generally that thing that you steal will be a glitch Pokemon that will just let you steal trainer Pokemon anyways. Okay. Sorry, I'm putting the save on to see if this works. Sapphire Glitzer popping. Oh, it's from the battle. Yeah, that would be kind of tricky to set up then, but maybe it's possible. Like you, you could also just like steal all 200 Pokemon from trainers and have them all as eggs, and then they all just hatch, and you have no names to worry about. I don't know. That's probably not optimal. Uh, yeah, yeah. Small price to pay. Because you wouldn't be able to, like, well, yeah. There's just a lot that would be a lot more tedious without this. I mean, I don't know if I still have that VOD of when I tried to do a run of this. This was before we had name corruption or anything. But it was like trying to catch things from the battle tower over and over, and it was so bad. I think we hit like 11 or 12 hours of that run, and I still didn't finish because the battle tower ended up not working. Uh, Let me switch to this. Oh yeah, my hand cam is not working right now. I need to fix it. Sorry. Okay. Let's see if this works. So far, so good. I honestly hadn't even looked into what that was overriding. Oh, it's like the... Is that in like backup map layout or whatever? Something like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, so we're the width and the height is kind of funny. Based on your special attack and special defense. Okay, there's our Wingull. Here's our RNG mon. Yeah, backup map layout, that's what it is. Yeah. There we go. It works on console. At least most, like, it seems like it's all working. Hopefully there's not anything under the hood that's broken. Oh, it's gonna crash, isn't it? Oh! I didn't do that. I didn't do that. It just soft reset on me. I went too far. Yay! We're in tree land. Oh, weird. That's an interesting name. Back to normal. Yeah, I think it probably is 0, because that was the 0 species, so it should have stats of all zeros. Yeah, it's kind of funny, because now it keeps that same name, which you would never be able to write before. So you can kind of like save it for later, I guess. I don't know why you would really want to, but... Yo, what's up, Speedster? Thanks for the good luck. Ah, sorry. Look at its stats, the, oh, the 0 species? Yeah, if you stay on this for more than a few seconds, it'll crash. Yeah, it's all zeros. And it's shiny. I'm sorry. I need to have a year's warning on it here. Yeah, and you can still talk to trainers and stuff. P. Type A. I'm confused where my Tenta is going. Oh, so that's why that's happening. Okay, yeah. So it's like a little... Well, yeah. I guess I haven't even thought about that, like, what exactly we can do by changing the width and the height, but... Yeah, saving will fail because of this. That's why you have to swap them back. Like, I don't know... Is it this? Why is this getting zeroed, though? Or why is it becoming a bad egg? But it is this. Yeah, it is this. I didn't think this was becoming a bad egg, but I guess it is. Yeah, okay. I guess it deletes one of your Pokemon. Yeah. I don't know what's causing it to turn into a bad egg, though. I don't know. Because I thought that it was the same. Like, I didn't think the data was changing. Yeah, I just thought I had done it before where it preserved the Mon, but I guess not? Maybe I'm tripping. Or maybe I'm misremembering. Oh, you know what it probably is loading the map. Because I think if I was to try this again... Wait, no, I didn't want to do that. I just did it again. And it's actually so nice that this is actually a very early slot. It's like slot 12 or something, which is very easy to access without crashing. So here you are. Hey, there we go. See, he's safe. He's safe and sound. Yeah. I like seeing his name change over and over. Because it's literally just random. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, its name changes every time because we've put it in the 12th slot of our party, which happens to line up with the RNG value of the game. So its name is literally the RNG value. You know what this would be good for? Is testing your flow timer offsets. Not really. But kind of. Not really, though. Or yeah, it might be 13. Yeah, 12 0 decks, but 13 because there's 6 enemy slots, yeah. He's back with Quarkst. I guess then, like, my concern with that for Catch-em-all is Armand will become a bad egg if we do this and then, like, talk to a trainer. Which is okay. It just means that, like, once you use that mon to change RNG, you can't really do it again. Unless... I tried using the species 0 before, and maybe that would work better. Like, maybe that won't corrupt. Oh, yeah, see, that will work. Because he'll stay. Yeah. Yeah, because he has all 0 stats, so his checksum is fine. That's kind of crazy. He doesn't get bad eggs. Aw, unlucky speedster. Never lucky. But this will break the ability to save. Yeah. Because it clears the flag that we have save thing. Yeah, the map becomes width 0. Oh, that's true, actually. That could be an issue. Yeah, I don't know if trainers work. We should test that. Like, if I stand here... Yes, they do. Yes, they do. What are you seeing? This is basically like Ruby Sapphire Glitzer popping. Okay, here's my next concern is if I do this, is it gonna update my party count? And then I won't be able to get him back. Oh, actually, I don't think... Do I have Trainer Steel set up on this? I don't think I do. I don't have a long name. I can just catch a wild one, I guess, to test it. Because I think if I catch a wild mon, it's gonna break. It's gonna get rid of the species 0, right? I don't know. Oh, okay. We preserve the 0 count, so... Wait, no we don't. Oh, that's annoying. That's bad, actually. See, now we have a party of 1, and so we can't swap. That's okay, though, right? Well, is it okay? I don't know. That might not be okay. Oh, and this fixes our party count. We'd have to, like... So we would need to preserve our species 0 somehow. Although, I guess once we do this once, we have, like, a ton of species 0s. Like, I think all of these are 0s. Yeah, because they're enemies. Enemy data. So what I'm thinking is, like... We would... Oh, how would we do this? What the heck did I just do? Do that? Yeah, so just have 2 of them. Because now we have our Tenta, Wingull, Abra. And then we have... But I don't know if this will work. I don't think you can put species 0 in the PC. I tried it earlier and it didn't seem to work. Yeah, species 0 in the first slot will give you a party thing of a party size of 0. Try it then with a wild mon. Wait, try what exactly? 2 species 0. Yeah. I'm just trying to, like, what would that even look like? Yeah. Oh, that just didn't do anything. Okay, I actually don't know what I'm trying to, what I was thinking here. Oh, I guess if we did something like this, maybe. Yo, good night, Metric. Thanks for hanging out. Something like this, maybe? But that's just gonna put him there, and then you're still just gonna have a party count of 1, I think. Good night. Thanks for hanging out today. Yeah, see, now we only have a party count of 2 because he went into the second slot. That is the problem. Oh, what if we... Okay, what would happen if we had something like this? I'm lost. It hard reset the game. Actually, yeah, I didn't think about this aspect. Because if we catch anything with a species 0 in slot 1, it's gonna overwrite the species 0. Well, if there's a species 0 in any of the 6 slots, it'll just go there, right? So we need... Yeah, like Metric was saying, if the Wildmon would just... Well, yeah, if the wild Pokemon was just sent to the PC, that might work. But I don't know how we would do that. Like, you could. Yeah, you would need a full party. You need a full party, but then... I think what would happen is it would... Would it recalculate your party size at all? It probably would. is the issue. Yeah, and it's weird about the species 0 there. Yeah, and it actually deletes it if you do that. So I think you cannot use the PC at all in this state. Unless you can withdraw, but I think it'll do the same thing. Yeah, it'll just delete your species 0. Yeah. You get kind of a funny visual, though. Because I don't want to have to, like, redo this every time. That would be really slow. Like, even if you had a party of 5, it's just gonna go into that slot, and then you'll have a party of 1. Well, okay. Maybe you could... Yeah, that's what we need to figure out, is will it recalculate your party size no matter what? Shoot, I keep doing that when I don't want to. Yeah, probably, right? That's what I'm thinking. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Okay, so now we have kind of a full team. The only one left is our first guy. So I want to see... If I go one more... Let me go like this. So now we have a full party. And we still have a party size of 0. Now is this gonna break things? Oh, we, yeah, corrupted some items. It's sent to the PC, which is good. But it fixes our bag, or our party size, yeah. You're right. That's really annoying. Dang. So we would need some way of preserving our species 0 in slot 1. Yeah, we have 3 golden Bulbasaurs. Pretty cool. But I don't know how we would do that. Yeah, because now our species 0 is gone. Like, we just can't get it back. The Marill is here, though. Oh, actually, that's true. That does work. Although, it might get overwritten the same way. I did test that. But I didn't test if it gets, like, overwritten by a catch. That's a good point, though. Uh-oh. My bad, egg hatched. Something that evolves to species 0? True. I don't know if anything evolves to species 0. Yeah, no. Nothing does. I think, at least in Ruby. Yeah, 0 egg probably does too, huh? Worst case is we would have to re-catch a species 0 every time, which would kind of suck. Because it's really easy to get it from the secret base trainer. Does species 0 have an egg group? As a glitch 0. So you could actually breed it, I think. I know you can breed glitch species. You can, but I think you can only fight the guy once per day. Is the issue. And I don't know of any way to, like, reset the cooldown. Maybe you can, I don't know, but I haven't found anyway. Yeah, I think it's the same guy, even if you go into other bases. But that could be worth trying. That might work. If that works, that's honestly not a bad solution. 24-hour run. True. What would we do? I'm all in for that. Because it'll go until it hits a species 0 for the calculation, right? Like for calculating your trainer party. It's always, yeah, it's always gonna make your party count back to normal, I think. Yeah, if we could just keep our species 0 in the front somehow. But I don't know how you would do that. I don't know if you can do that. Oh, we can do this thing. Yay. Ugh. I mean, part of me is glad that this is an issue because this would have been really overpowered for the run. Yeah, that was, I think, a hard lock. What if we... I think I tried this once. I think this doesn't work, right? Yeah, it just doesn't count as having one. Nice. If you could store species 0 eggs, just make a bunch of species 0 eggs. That would actually work. Which you might be able to do. Well, no, because it doesn't count as deposited. So how would you breed it? Never mind. Numb parents. Oh, there's like a sanity bit that's ugh. I don't know if the Species Zero would have that bit. Probably not, right? Huh. What am I gonna do? Hmm. What if we did... No, that wouldn't work either, I don't think. Actually, maybe it would. What if we did something like this? Like, we go to catch... We would need a Mon in there already. I don't think this will work. Maybe? I don't know. Let's try it, though. Oops, that's not where I wanted it. Oh wait, yes it is. Okay, so now our Tenta is in... Yeah, our Tenta is in the enemy data. Oh, but that's gonna delete our Tenta when we get a wild encounter. So we actually wouldn't want him there. We'd want it, like... somewhere easy to access like that, maybe? Oops. Oh wait, that's not what I want to do either. Ah, it crashes because I'm too slow. Eh. Okay, so now our Tenta is here. Oops. No, why did our Tenta get bad egged? It's because something changed with it, I guess. Hmm. And is he gone? Yeah, it becomes bad egg here. I guess yeah, it's like unstable. Hmm. Oops. If I put them anywhere in the non-enemy data, is it just gonna be screwed? Probably. What about here? Oh, we might be safe there. Well, no, that's still gonna get overwritten. Yeah. Because it's just offset by a little bit. Yeah, it's just a different bad egg. Basically, I'm trying to see if we can, like, swap a Pokemon in during the battle from outside of our party. Like, that one crashes. I don't know why it crashes. And then that becomes bad egg. Ugh. Maybe there's like a safe place. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Hmm. I don't think this is gonna work. No, they're all just. Dang, I thought that was a good idea. Seems like it's close. We need the zero species to not be in the party when we catch them on. But then it needs to come back into the party. I have no idea how we would do that though. Because it's always gonna recalculate your party size. No, I don't think that works either. What if our I don't think that works. Well, here's the thing, right? Is we can have a. This is not the right save. Do I even have a good save with this? Yeah, I do. Like, we can have this state where we have a species 0 and it's part of our, like, party size. So we have a party size of 4 in this position because we just caught the species 0. But then what? Well, okay, what if we catch another Pokemon now? Will this increase our party size? No. Oh, interesting. Dang. Well, I kind of needed that to work. Uh... Hmm. I have no idea what we would do for this. In this state, if we catch a Pokemon, it just fills that slot and doesn't increase the party size. Which makes sense, because it's like recalculating it, basically. This is weird. Like, we can easily have other 0 species in our party at the same time. Oops. Like, we have one right here and here. Hmm. What? Ugh, but we can't do anything in the PC, right? Oh, that's kind of interesting. Did that auto fix? Oh, weird. Oh, okay. That fixed our slots. What if... Hmm. See, withdrawing any Pokemon is gonna recalculate. It's gonna close all the gaps. Moving any Pokemon is closing the gaps. Even just viewing this screen and closing it closes the gaps. Hmm. So now we have a party of, yeah, party size of 1, which is bad. And then what? We're just out of luck? Hmm. Oh, that's so annoying. Let me write some of this down. Unless we had some other way of moving Pokemon around in our party without it, like, recalculating things. Because we can... Hmm. I don't think that can ever happen, though. I don't see how it would. Daycare recalculates everything, right? Oops. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, well, let's see, I guess, if we can re-enable the secret base guy. That would be good, at least. That would at least give us, like, a way to do this. That wouldn't take a million years. Oh, right. No, where's my save file? Oh, right. Why do none of my guys have Rock Smash? Because none of them can learn it. Oh, interesting. Doing that actually got rid of the species 0 as well. So you have to be pretty careful. You can fly without getting rid of it. Yeah, like, that's fine. Ah. Why do this? My Lua script is broken. Oh, right, I gave him glitch moves. Oops. Why is my script broken? Oh my goodness. There is no Pokemon. Is there an easy secret base I can get to? Probably. Yeah. See, he's not here. You could also do a setup for it from a normal trainer, which sucks, but you could. And you would have to do a different trainer every time, which also sucks. Okay, yeah, so we do that, and then we do this. Oops. And then what? We would do like secret base. I'll do this one. Go in. Close the secret base. Do it again. Oh, okay. He's asking me again. That's good. Maybe you can just do it multiple times. Yeah, and then we would be able to catch him, assuming we have the setup already. Ah. And then what? Can we do it again? What other places have secret base? Should work. Go away, encounters. Oh my goodness. Make a secret base. Leave. Go to somewhere. Say here. Go in. Pack up. Go in again. He is here. Oh, it does work. Wait, okay, Metric. I think Metric had the right idea. You can just do it as many times as you want. You can't do it in the same secret base, though. That's why I assumed it wouldn't work, because you can't fight him again in the same secret base. Like, he'll just say, come visit you tomorrow. Even if you leave and re-enter... Oh, weird. Why is it a different base now? That's... Okay, that's weird. I've never seen that. Wait, what? I have no idea what just happened. Okay. Well, that's good to know. So we can do it infinitely. It's just slower because you have to catch them each time. That's not that bad. It just means that you have an extra couple minutes of setup every time. Yeah. Okay. That's a little bit annoying, but it's also okay. Because that glitch was really OP for a lot of things. So having some sort of time investment or limitation on it actually makes it a lot better. Like, more balanced, I guess. Okay. Well, now I know that's fine. I can't think of any other way to do it. There's probably no trainer steel setup that's actually fast enough to consider over just doing that. So, let's start on the notes, I guess. Okay. That's cool that it all works on console too, though. That's really important. Yeah, I'm actually really curious about this for no ace as well. I actually want to try something since we're here, just for fun. Like, let's say I don't know. I'm near this grass. And then let's say I do the RNG, I swap the RNG mon, and this also corrupts the map size to something like this. Okay, well that one is not a good example because I cannot move. I think I can move with if I swap Abra. Let's go over here. Yeah, okay. So I was at the grass, and now I've moved right one and down one. So will I actually preserve, or like, am I actually moving is my question, if I swap back now. So this was the Abra that got, now it got recorrupted, but if we swap them back, I do actually move. Which that's really broken. Because what that means is like, for a category like no ace, you could just go somewhere, walk, and then swap the mons back, and then you're in that spot without the map being broken. So you could walk there and then re-enable the normal map. And then just go. Like, think about the, Oh wait, I wasn't even showing that on console. Here, I'll show it on console. Oops, wrong. See, I start here by the grass. I swap with the Glitchmon here. We get this, and then I go right one, down one. I can't save in this state, so that wouldn't work. But I can just find that bad egg that I swapped, swap him back, bang, and we've moved. Because we were here, and then we moved right one, down one. Which, that's crazy, because, like, if we were to do something like this... Oops. Let's say we're, like, in the gym or something. Or, I don't know what a good example would be. Or, like, yeah, this is, like, maybe a good example. Say we're, like, on this spot. And, like, you know, say it's the early game and we don't have surf yet. We could swap these. Oh, I'm in a different spot, though, so it's gonna be weird. No, I'm stuck. Maybe I can swap with, like, Wingle instead. Oops. Yeah, then we can go down? We can go... Oh, we can go up or down a bunch here. Just kind of fun. You could do a battle. But for the sake of the example, say we go down all the way, and then we swap it back to what it's supposed to be. Bang! And now we're on the water. Like, that's really strong. Because that means that with the right setup, you can almost go anywhere. We would have to figure out, like, what Pokemon we need to actually get a good setup. Yeah, but I think, like... The most obvious example, or, like, use for this would be... I don't have a good save file to test this on. Let's say we were... I don't know. Oh, here, I'll cheat it in. Like, normally these guys are in the way. Normally they're right here. Right. this is... Oh, wait. Well, no, I can test this here. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. Normally, these guys are in the way. But what if I just did this? Oh, what? Wait, why is it not swapping? That's weird. Oh, I was pressing. Oh, I was pressing the wrong button. Swap it with Abra. And then bang, you're right here. And then you just swap back. Here's our originally an Abra. And now we're here. And we just walk in. That's crazy. That's super crazy. And then you're here. You're ready to fight Sydney. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's really insane for no ace. Because you wouldn't have to get any of the badges. You can just walk through. That's pretty cool. Could you even do it to skip these rooms? I think so. Maybe not, actually. Because these are closed doors. And closed doors do not let you warp. But it wouldn't even be that bad, because you could also have an instant win Mon with a species 0. Like, if you have a species 0, you literally just... You just swap until they're all bad eggs. And then either you'll get a crash or you'll get an instant win. Oops, why did I do that? Ah. Crashing. Oh, but that's gonna break the map. Yeah, don't do that. Oh, and my thing broke. Like, there's no reason we could just do... Yeah. now we have all bad eggs? Yeah. Oh, okay, well, you don't want a bad egg with no moves. Oh, right, that's soft flux. But you can get a bad egg that will actually instant win. I'm pretty sure. I think you would do... What would you do? Something like this one? No. That's our 0. I'm just trying to find one that would work. Oh, like that one. Whoa. Yeah, like this is a weird bad egg. Oops. So you go like this and then swap him? Maybe if I'm fast enough. Oh, no, you don't want to do that one. I know I did this once, I just forget how. Yeah, see this one. Okay, this one crashes. But it's the idea. Why does that one break, actually? I don't know. Like, I'm sure if we went through, we would find one that worked. Yeah, like this one. Oh, this doesn't corrupt battle flags. Or it does, but it doesn't turn it into a wild battle. But yeah, like something like this. Oh yeah, that you don't want that. So you could probably find a bad egg that would work. Nice. That's crazy though. So yeah, you could literally like just walk. You could just walk into the Elite Four without doing any of the crazy stuff that we used to be doing for no ace. That's really strong. Yeah. Okay. But for catch 'em all, which was what we're supposed to be talking about, uh, do do do. We would okay. Get rid of this overview. Oh wait. Oh, I do want that. Yeah, yeah. Never mind. Okay. We would be using this route. This was the trainer steel route. Yep, you would use 1922. That will corrupt your battles into wild battles. Relatively short name, too. How did I move all this around? And then what else? Yeah, skipping PC potion. All of this, I think, will be the same. Except we're probably not going to need a slack off anymore. Although I guess it doesn't hurt to manip it there. It's kind of a good place to get it. Oh, one thing I wanted to check. I was talking to Icy about this. Where are you? Why does that not work? That's so weird. Does name corruption reset our clock? And does it reset Shoal Cave? We talked, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, but you didn't know. Okay. This has long name. Oops. Ba-da-ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Blue Jay always be sneezing. She can't hear me though. Icy says he needs to buy lube. Any questions? Oh. Okay, it resets. See, it resets the clock to noon. Is noon open? I don't think noon is open for Shoal Cave. It might be fucked for Snorunt. Worst case, we do a trainer steel setup, but yeah, we might hatch to Snorunt. We might hatch a Snorunt. She's locked in on her cube. She won't answer you. She's locked in.
Learning F2O.
How's it going? Can you coach me? No. You don't know how to what? Why?
Because I don't even know how to do it myself.
Oh. But maybe we can learn it together.
Yeah.
He got an old one from the alleyways.
What's that?
I don't know. Alright, skip PC potion. I'm gonna assume that we need to set the clock, but I don't know. This is something we need to test. To-do list. All trainer steel setups. Why is it doing that now? I hate everything. Some knockoff Asian vendor for $5. Oh, nice. Check if Shoal Cave is accessible with name corruption. Can you breed? Yes. Like for Snorunt or what? Just in general? Yeah. Yeah, well, you can breed for Snorunt if you have a Glalie. Which you could steal a Glalie, but we would have to do a setup to make it not become a bad egg. Which we can do now, but it's slow. It's actually a lot slower than I expected. Because we have to redo the setup every time. Can you trainer steal Frostlass? You could trainer steal a Pokemon that has the same index number as a Frostlass. Where's she at? Who, Frostlass? I don't know. She's in Pokepark Wii. Blue Jay's crying and sniffling.
Yeah, really sad.
She's sad because Icy's not being friends with her. Bum, 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 ba-da-da. Oh!
You can see me now in the background.
Mm-hmm. No, she's not actually crying. But she has really bad allergies. The cubicle. Holy smokes. They found an RTA setup for TTYD.
Oh.
The game is now completely changed. This looks hard. This is hard. It's like, yeah, it's double frame perfect. I guess you could maybe pause buffer it a little bit. Oh, it's more than double frame perfect. Holy smokes. It's like 4 frame perfects. Is your cube lubricated?
I don't think so. It's really cheap.
Yeah, I think people lubricate their own.
Yeah. Oh! Why did everything get
You
messed
did
up?
it.
Why did everything get messed up?
Give it to me. She did it. Uh, uh,
Why did everything get messed
not even
up?
the white side.
I did all my algorithms. I'll fix it.
Okay. Let's consult the spreadsheet that me and Icy made. Slackoth. Slackoth we're just catching. We might as well just manip it, just like we did in Old Route. I don't see any downside to this. We get the Naughty Trico, which I don't remember how to do any of these. Actually, yes, I do. I don't know if I have the offsets anymore, though. Well, they're probably in here. Encounterless is already here. 2 potions, 7 repels. We're doing Wingle Manip. Is that smart? Why did we do Wingle Manip for this route? Oh wait, no, this is Old Route. I'm being dumb. No, I don't think we would do Wingle Manip. We would do... Hmm. Yeah, Wingull is so common. Like, you would just search for it on the water or something. And it's not really useful in the early game with Trico. And then, okay. Skip PC potion. I'm gonna keep all of this the same for now. Yeah. Okay. No Wingull Manip. No Candy Manip. Okay. Cool. So, hit TID, set clock, hit Trico, buy your mails. Manippa slack off, since we have to catch it here anyways. Is that gonna mess up anything else? I don't think so. It shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. Yep, and I have the movement for this already. Might require some practice. I don't think we would nickname. We're not gonna nickname Slackoth, right? Because where are we getting Vigoroth? From Norman. And then we're getting Slacking elsewhere. From the double battle or whatever. So don't nickname Slackoth, no reason to. Aquapooch, Roxanne. We don't care about Encore on Hiker, so we're not fighting Hiker. Bullet Seed Grunt, yada yada. Set teleport point in Rustboro. Sail to Dewford. Do Glitchless Abra. And then go to Slateport. Yeah, okay. So this is where I'm at for now. We will continue here next time. Oh, and Shine Knight, thanks for the good luck, by the way. Sorry I missed that. Okay, but I'm gonna pause here for today. I wanted to do Glitchless today, but I want to do the new candy route that people have been talking about, like the candy manip route. And I haven't learned the manips yet. I'll probably learn the manips on stream, but then I also want to know what the finalized route looks like outside of the manips. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. But that's pretty much it. Yo, hello, Splendids. Unfortunately, I'm just about to end for today. Oh yeah, I didn't really talk about this, but there are some glitches that can technically corrupt certain entries in your Pokédex, and so you'll like get Pokédex entries without having actually caught them on. That's gonna be banned for Catch 'em All because it's a little too broken. No Ace, or Ace is banned because then you could just type in a box code, like box names, and have all the Pokemon in the Pokédex. And then every Pokemon has to be caught or hatched or evolved or like obtained through like a normal method. I say normal, like it has to be caught, hatched, evolved, or given through like a static encounter, like your starter, for example. Because you can technically catch glitch Pokemon and they will have the same Pokédex entries as other Pokemon. So like you could catch a glitch Pokemon and it would count as like a Staryu, which is like, it's still kind of in the spirit of, it's like, it doesn't really make things any harder or easier, but it's not as much like in the spirit of Catch 'em All, I think. So for now, I'm kind of like tentatively banning that. But that's pretty much it. Yeah. After this comes the crazy stuff, which is all the new setups that we've found. That'll be fun. I'm excited for that. But that's what we'll work on. I probably stream again tomorrow. I think me and Blue Jay and Goddess Maria might do an archipelago. So I might stream that. And then I'll probably either do more Catch 'em All or maybe Glitchless or something. I really want to do Glitchless. I'm just like, I feel like I'm waiting, kind of. But we'll get there eventually. But yeah. Okay. I'll call it there for today. Because it's kind of late. Ah. Who's live? Oh, Insane's live. I haven't seen him live in a while. Yeah, it's late. That's okay. I had fun. I got a little sidetracked, but we discovered some important things. Which is what counts. And we had fun, which is what counts. Alright. I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the help. Already insane. And yeah. Much love. Peace. I will also try to get the hand cam fixed soon. Alright. Bye.